Hola Mundo.
Absolutely, innovation is the number one. Valentino Rossi has created in the last 20 years what I call communicational hooks. And here we include, in these hooks, we include the nickname, the doctor. Another important communicational hooks are his helmet design messages. And this message can change depending on the circumstances, depending on this historical period. Because I remember, for example, when Italy was playing the FIFA World Cup, for that competition, for example, he was wearing an helmet commemorating the participation of the Italian soccer team. He made the tribute design helmet as well. I remember especially the Milo Manara helmet was just a piece of art. Beautiful one, beautiful one. After that we have the funny ones. This one is my favorite. My favorite one ever. It's amazing. So very funny, so creative, very intelligent piece of hook. Another communicational hooks are his crazy celebrations. It's impossible to forget that kind of. Imagine the collection of crazy celebration in 20 years of career. You need to have a massive, incredible spirit. Explain a lot about the character of Valentino Rossi, or VR46, the way his followers and fans call him. The doctor's second communicational strategy is brutal honesty. Where you're talking about building a brand, and how I said in a video before, honesty always pays well. It's impossible to talk about brutal honesty if you consider a massive and crazy simplicity in the communication. Part of this connection is the transparency. It's very tough to be transparent if you are genuine. He's very genuine. If you have the opportunity to see this video from 20 years ago, you see one video now, it's the same communication, never changed in 20 years. Of course, now more elaborate argument when he's talking, but it's the same communicational experience that you receive when you are watching an interview or something else. It's the same way he talks with a friend, a family party, or a mass media. It's always had the same flow, never change. Never change his voice, his tone. He has no filters, and people love that because it's genuine. And it's part of how he was building his brand in the last 20 years. Valentino Rossi is the biggest motorsport athlete in the world. VR46 has a collection of victory. We are talking about 9 times champion of the world. Imagine you're Honda or Yamaha or Ducati. Your ideal pilot is something like Dani Pedrosa. We are not talking about talent here, abilities or skills. I'm talking about the ideal body type situation. Dani Pedrosa, for example, he is 158 centimeters and his weight is 51 kilograms. Another champion like Marc Marquez, he is 168 centimeters per 59 kilos. Is the average. You see, it's the average of the pilots. This guy with his physique is an outsider here. Valentino is 67 and is tall 182 centimeters. It's a massive. If we see the point with a technical point of view, his body is not made to be a motor rider either of this level. The average, if you see the average, he's very tall. This explains a lot of him as well, because the discipline and the sacrifice to keep his weight always in 67. You can understand 67 kilos for a guy 182 centimeters. It's not the ideal situation. It's a part of his profession, and he's abnegated to do that. So that was the reason, and people appreciate that because they understand the big picture of the thing. It's not just talent, it's sacrifice. It's when you do what you need to do as part of your dream. Another reason why Valentino is an epic brand is because his emotional connection with the people. And this reason is maybe because his father, Graziano, he was his mentor. Graziano always told him, you have a professional now, this is a career, this is a very serious thing, but always in the middle of the thing, remember, you do it because you love it. Have fun, get fun, enjoy yourself. And as a lesson, of course he's a pro, and he has his massive commitment and discipline, all the stuff, but at the same time he's able to enjoy the thing and to share with the people how great he feels about his love for motorcycle. This is a big point here, because there are a lot of other champions that have not that are either close to his personality, certain way they are enjoying, I think. Or you have to be so very crazy to go 300 kilometers per hour if you don't enjoy it. So you have to be a little bit crazy to do that. But the point is here that they are not able to transfer, to share this feeling, this crazy happiness to go 300 kilometers per hour. The communication is missing here. And he enjoys every part of it. And this is a big part of the communication. He has no filters. He's always communicating. His bad feeling is a good feeling, because he's very transparent. And people appreciate that. The communicational strategy of Valentino Rossi, number 5, is consistency. And Valentino, in 20 years, he reinvented himself as a pilot so many times. Every time was necessary, because he changed in very dramatic way his teams. Was with Aprilia, and after he went with Honda. After Honda he went to Yamaha, and after he went with Ducati. Today's team is Yamaha again. Yamaha or Yamaha? I need to ask my Japanese friends about that. If you change your team for completely another team with another people, with another brand, with everything's different, and to keep the consistency in that environment is so hard. It's so hard. No matter these circumstances, he was able to be competitive all the time. He was reinventing himself over and over again. You have to start from zero every time you do operation like that. And he was competitive. Today he's 39 years old. How many pilots of this level you remember they are competitive as him at 39 years? His competitors are in their 20s. He's close to his 40s. That's impressive. That's playing quite a lot, because this man is the greatest ever. Communicational strategy number 6 is the result of the first 5, and is the aggregation factor. Aggregation factor because of what? Because the hooks, because the discipline, emotional connection with the fans, the innovation, consistency. With all these things together, we get the aggregation factor. And for me, this is his magic card. It's because for the VR46 tribe, there is something that I call the "we won" syndrome. This guy, with all his skills, because he's very intelligent. You have to be very intelligent to survive in 20 years of career going at 300 kilometers per hour. It's not just to be smart. Emotional, a very deep emotional intelligence to survive more than 20 years like that, with this kind of lifestyle. When he communicates with his fans, he's able to make them feel that as they are part of the project, they really feel that they are part of his victories, of his life, or anything. And these people will follow him forever. That's why it's very interesting. If you are trying to study and to understand as a social movement what happened with this guy, it's incredible what he did, because his emotional intelligence, and this is the point of the thing, because he's a massive champion. Dani Pedrosa is a great talent, but has not his personality. Or Jorge Lorenzo is the same. He's a great champion, but it's a total different personality. And the communicational strategy number 7 is giving factor. Give valuable projects to the people. In 2014, he created, together with his friends, the VR46 Riders Academy. And he personally is supporting in that academy young talents. And he's teaching all his tricks and experience in more than 20 years. He's preparing himself to another level, to tell another story. He was telling to us amazing and incredible stories for the last 20 years, and he's preparing himself to continue to tell different stories, supporting new talents. If a guy, a 19 years, a 15 years guy, 16 years guy, wants to be a writer, he has the chance to have as a tutor, person to person, Valentino Rossi. That's an experience that you will remember your entire life.